Maya lived in a small, worn-out shelter at the edge of the city. The walls were thin, and the roof often leaked when it rained, but it was a place she could call home, if only for a little while. Every morning, Maya woke early to prepare breakfast for her 7-year-old daughter, Lily. The meals were simple, usually oatmeal or toast, but Maya always made sure to add a little extra effort to make them feel special. She often sprinkled a few chocolate chips on the oatmeal or cut the toast into fun shapes. Lily would smile and say that breakfast felt like a treat even when it was small. Life was not easy. Maya spent most of her days walking long distances to find odd jobs. Sometimes, she helped clean offices or delivered small packages. Other times, she washed dishes at a small cafe, earning just enough to buy groceries for a few days. She often returned to the shelter tired and aching, but she never complained. Maya believed that complaining would not change anything. She wanted to show Lily the power of patience and determination. Despite their struggles, Maya kept hope alive. Every evening, she told Lily stories of wonderful places, magical gardens, and kind people who would one day help them. Lily would sit cross-legged on the floor, her eyes wide with imagination, and ask questions about every story. Maya always answered with encouragement, telling her daughter that dreams were powerful and could come true if they never gave up. One chilly morning, as Maya walked Lily to school, she noticed a colorful poster outside a grocery store. The poster had bright letters that read, "Win a grocery giveaway." It promised baskets filled with food, special prizes, and a chance to be selected as the grand winner. Maya paused and looked at Lily. Her daughter's eyes sparkled as she tugged gently on her hand. "Mom, can we try?" she asked. Maya hesitated for a moment. Usually, these things were only for people with more time or luck. But she saw the excitement in Lily's face and decided that it would not hurt to try. Together, they entered the contest, filling out the small form with their names and address. Maya smiled quietly, imagining the simple joys a basket of groceries could bring. Fresh fruits, vegetables, maybe even a small treat for Lily. It was a modest dream, but for them, it was enough to feel a sense of hope. Days passed slowly. Maya returned to her routine of work and caring for Lily. She often walked past the grocery store, thinking about the giveaway. Sometimes, she imagined holding a basket full of food and sharing it with Lily while sitting on the steps of their shelter. The thought brought a small smile to her face. Then, one afternoon, as Maya was washing dishes at the cafe, her phone rang. She wiped her hands on a towel and answered. "Hello," she said, expecting it to be another customer or a friend checking in. "Congratulations! You have been selected as the grand prize winner of our grocery giveaway," a cheerful voice said on the other end. Maya froze. She blinked several times, unsure if she had heard correctly. I won?" she asked, her voice shaking. "Yes," the voice continued. "You are our grand prize winner. Please come to the store tomorrow to claim your prize." Maya's heart raced. She could hardly believe it. She thought about the weeks of struggle and the small victories they had celebrated along the way. Suddenly, the tiny sparks of hope she had kept alive seemed to burst into a bright light. When she hung up the phone, she ran to Lily, who was sitting at the small table doing her homework. "Lily, guess what?" Maya exclaimed. Lily looked up, her eyes curious. "You won something?" Lily asked, her voice full of excitement. Maya nodded. "We won a prize from the grocery store. Tomorrow, we will go and see it." Lily jumped up and hugged her mother tightly. "Does this mean cookies every day?" she asked. Maya laughed, the sound echoing softly in the small shelter. That night, Maya and Lily hardly slept. Maya thought about all the possibilities. She imagined baskets filled with fresh vegetables, fruits, and snacks for Lily. She thought about buying a few small toys with the prize. For the first time in a long while, she felt that the world might be kind to them. The next morning, Maya and Lily walked hand in hand to the grocery store. The city streets were busy, filled with people rushing to work and school. Maya felt a strange mix of nervousness and excitement as they approached the store. A small crowd had gathered, and the staff greeted them warmly. A manager stepped forward with a smile. "Maya, congratulations again. You have won something very special," he said. Maya felt her heart leap as he led her toward a section of the store that looked different from the rest. There, covered with a large cloth, was a shape that made Maya's breath catch in her throat. She expected a large basket of groceries, but what she saw was much bigger than anything she could have imagined. The manager pulled off the cloth, revealing a shiny envelope. Maya reached out and took it, her hands trembling. She opened it slowly and gasped. Inside was a card that said, "Your prize is not just groceries. You are the new owner of a mansion. Please see the enclosed instructions to claim your property." Maya could not believe it. Her mind raced as she looked down at Lily, whose mouth had dropped open in astonishment. "A mansion," Maya whispered, feeling a mix of joy and disbelief. The mansion was something she had never dreamed of owning. It was a place filled with light, space, and endless possibilities. For the first time, she realized that their lives could truly change in ways she had never imagined. As they left the store, Maya held Lily's hand tightly. She felt a warmth in her chest, a feeling she had not experienced for years. It was hope, pure and strong. She looked at the city streets, thinking about how life had a way of surprising people when they least expected it. She did not know the details of this mansion, or why they had been chosen, but she knew that something incredible was waiting for them. Maya whispered to Lily as they walked, "I think our luck is finally changing, sweetie. Just wait and see." Lily smiled and nodded, her small hand squeezing her mother's tightly. Together, they stepped into a future that promised more than just groceries. It promised a new life filled with opportunity, adventure, and a secret that would soon reveal itself in ways they could never have imagined. Maya had always believed that hope could shine even in the darkest moments. Now, she knew that belief was not just a dream. It was the beginning of something extraordinary. The next morning, Maya and Lily woke up earlier than usual. Maya's mind was racing with questions about the mansion. How big was it? What did it look like? And most importantly, why had they been chosen? She tried to stay calm for Lily's sake, but excitement bubbled inside her like a fountain. Lily bounced around the shelter, her small feet making soft thuds on the floor. "Mom, I wonder if there is a big garden," she said. "Or a swimming pool." Maya smiled, brushing Lily's hair gently. "Maybe, sweetie. We will see very soon." They packed a few belongings for the day, although most of their things were already at the shelter. Maya wanted to bring something small from their old life, a reminder of where they had come from. She chose a simple photo of them together, smiling despite all the hardships. When they arrived at the location given in the envelope, Maya could not believe her eyes. The mansion stood on a hill, surrounded by green lawns and tall, flowering trees. Its walls were painted a soft cream color, and large windows reflected the sunlight in sparkling patterns. The driveway was wide, lined with carefully trimmed hedges, and at the entrance, two tall gates opened automatically, welcoming them as if they had belonged there all along. Maya held Lily's hand tightly as they stepped out of the car. The air smelled fresh and clean, with the scent of flowers and freshly cut grass. A friendly staff member approached them with a warm smile. "Welcome, Maya. We have been expecting you," he said. "This is your new home." Maya's heart pounded as they walked through the enormous front doors. The inside of the mansion was even more beautiful than she had imagined. Marble floors gleamed under the sunlight that poured in from the tall windows. Chandeliers hung from the ceilings, sparkling like hundreds of tiny stars. The walls were decorated with paintings of landscapes, flowers, and distant places. There were rooms she had never seen in real life, some with cozy fireplaces, others with grand staircases that curved gracefully. Lily ran ahead, her eyes wide with wonder. "Mom, look. There is a library. And over there, a kitchen bigger than our whole shelter," she exclaimed. Maya laughed and followed her, feeling a warmth in her chest that made her almost forget the struggles of the past years. After a brief tour of the main rooms, the staff member handed Maya another envelope. "This contains the instructions for your property. It is very important. Please read it carefully," he said. Maya opened it with trembling hands. Inside, there was a letter written in elegant handwriting. It said that the mansion had belonged to a very private philanthropist, who had decided to leave the property to someone who could truly make use of it. There was also a note that hinted at a secret hidden somewhere on the estate. Maya's heart skipped a beat. She had expected a beautiful house, but a secret? That sounded like something from a storybook. She looked at Lily, whose curiosity was growing with every passing moment. "Mom, do you think it is treasure?" Lily asked, bouncing on her heels. Maya smiled, unsure of what the secret could be. The staff member showed Maya a few of the mansion's features. There was a large kitchen filled with modern appliances, a dining room with a table long enough to seat 20 people, and bedrooms that looked like hotel suites. Yet, there was one room he did not enter. "This room is locked," he said. "It is part of the instructions, and you will understand its purpose when you are ready." After the tour, Maya and Lily sat in the living room, catching their breath. The sunlight streamed through the windows, creating patterns on the polished floor. Maya looked around, still feeling like she was dreaming. She reached for Lily's hand. "Sweetie, this is our home now. Can you believe it?" Lily nodded, her eyes wide and sparkling. Over the next few days, Maya and Lily began to settle into their new life. The staff helped them move their belongings and showed them how to manage the property. Maya was amazed at how large the estate was. There were gardens, a small pond, and even a greenhouse filled with flowers and vegetables. Lily loved exploring every corner, sometimes finding hidden nooks where she could play or read quietly. One evening, as Maya was unpacking some boxes in the study, she noticed a small, unusual key taped to the back of a drawer. It looked old, but well preserved. She picked it up carefully, wondering what it could unlock. Remembering the locked room the staff had mentioned, Maya's heart started to race. Could this key be the one to open it? She decided to wait until the next day to try it. The following morning, Maya and Lily approached the locked room. Maya inserted the key, and with a soft click, the door opened. They stepped inside and found themselves in a large vault-like room. At first, it seemed empty, but as their eyes adjusted to the light, Maya saw something that made her gasp. There were stacks of documents, rows of safety deposit boxes, and even chests that looked as though they had not been touched for years. A letter on the table explained everything. The philanthropist had not only left the mansion but had also left behind a secret fortune, nearly $150 million. The funds had been carefully hidden and managed through legal accounts and investments, waiting for the right person to inherit it. The letter emphasized that Maya and Lily had been chosen because of their resilience, honesty, and strength. Maya felt tears prick her eyes. She looked at Lily, who was staring at the documents with wonder. "Mom, is this real money?" she whispered. Maya nodded, trying to calm the surge of emotions inside her. She realized that this inheritance could change their lives forever. They could leave the shelter behind, secure their future, and even help others who were struggling. Over the next days, Maya learned how to manage the mansion and the fortune. Legal advisors and financial experts arrived to explain the accounts, the investments, and the plans the philanthropist had left in place. It was overwhelming, but Maya felt determined. She wanted to honor the trust that had been placed in her. Every step she took was with care and thought. Lily loved the mansion, but she also noticed how focused her mother had become. "Mom, are you happy?" she asked one afternoon as they sat in the garden. Maya smiled and hugged her tightly. "I am, sweetie. More than I have ever been. But we must be careful and smart. This is a big responsibility." Lily nodded, understanding more than her age might suggest. The secret of the mansion and the fortune was no longer just a surprise. It was now a reality that Maya and Lily had to embrace. And even though it seemed overwhelming at first, Maya knew deep down that this opportunity was meant to change not only their lives but also the lives of others who needed help. For the first time in years, Maya felt a sense of stability and hope that was unshakable. The mansion was beautiful, the fortune was real, and the secret that had been hidden for decades was finally theirs. Maya knew that this was only the beginning of a new journey, one that would test her courage, wisdom, and heart in ways she had never imagined. Maya looked out the large windows at the sun setting over the mansion's gardens. She held Lily's hand and whispered, "Our lives are about to change forever, sweetie. And together, we will make the most of it." Lily smiled, her eyes full of trust and love, ready to face whatever the future held. Maya could hardly believe how much her life had changed in just a few days. The mansion was beautiful, the fortune was real, and Lily's laughter echoed through the grand halls like music. Yet, Maya felt there was more to discover. The letter from the philanthropist had hinted at a secret, and though the money was astonishing, she wondered if there was something else hidden, something she had yet to uncover. One morning, after breakfast in the sunlit dining room, Maya decided to explore the mansion more thoroughly. The staff had given her a basic tour, but there were rooms, passages, and storage areas she had not yet seen. She told Lily they could spend the day exploring together. Lily's eyes sparkled with excitement, and she grabbed her mother's hand, ready for adventure. They started in the east wing of the mansion, which had several guest rooms. The rooms were spacious and filled with elegant furniture, but Maya noticed a small door partially hidden behind a tall bookshelf. Curiosity tugged at her. She gently moved the shelf aside and found that the door led to a narrow, dimly lit corridor. It was not mentioned in the instructions, and it seemed almost forgotten. Maya took a deep breath and stepped inside, holding Lily's hand. The corridor was lined with old portraits of people she did not recognize. Some looked stern, while others smiled kindly. The frames were ornate, and each painting had a small plaque beneath it. Maya stopped to read a few names and dates, realizing that the philanthropist had carefully preserved the history of the mansion and its previous owners. As they continued down the corridor, they found a small study tucked into a corner. The study was filled with bookshelves that reached the ceiling. There were journals, ledgers, and even maps scattered across the desks. Maya picked up a journal and opened it. The handwriting was neat and precise. It appeared to belong to the philanthropist. The journal spoke of the mansion's construction, the care that had been taken to hide valuable items, and hints about challenges that someone might face when inheriting the property. Lily ran her fingers across the covers of the books and whispered, "Mom, maybe there is more treasure here." Maya smiled and nodded, feeling the thrill of discovery herself. She carefully examined the journal and found a passage that mentioned a hidden vault beneath the mansion, separate from the main fortune. According to the notes, the vault contained items of great historical and sentimental value, and only the rightful heir could access it. Maya felt a surge of excitement and nervousness. She had already discovered the $150 million fortune, but now there seemed to be something else, something more personal and meaningful hidden in the mansion. She read the journal aloud to Lily, who listened intently. "Mom, do you think it is gold or jewels?" Lily asked, her eyes wide with wonder. Maya shook her head with a gentle laugh. "I don't know, sweetie, but I think it is something very important. Something that tells a story about the people who came before us." Maya spent the next few hours searching the corridor, study, and nearby rooms for clues. She noticed patterns in the floor tiles, odd markings on the walls, and small keys hidden behind paintings. Each discovery added to the sense of mystery. It was clear that the philanthropist had wanted the heir to think carefully and explore the mansion fully before uncovering the final secret. At one point, Maya found a map tucked inside an old book. The map showed the mansion and the surrounding gardens, with a small X marked near a fountain in the backyard. She realized this could be a clue to the hidden vault. Excited, she showed the map to Lily. "Look, sweetie, I think this is where the next secret is hiding," she said. Lily clapped her hands in excitement. "Can we go see it?" she asked. Maya nodded, feeling a sense of adventure she had not experienced since she was a child herself. They stepped outside into the bright afternoon sunlight. The gardens were more magnificent than Maya had realized. There were flower beds bursting with color, neatly trimmed hedges, and paths that curved like ribbons through the greenery. At the center of it all stood the fountain marked on the map. It was a stone fountain, carved with delicate patterns of flowers and vines. Water sparkled as it flowed, and birds perched nearby, singing softly. Maya approached the fountain and examined it carefully. She noticed that one of the stones at the base was slightly different from the others. It had a small indentation, almost like a button. She pressed it gently, and to her amazement, the fountain shifted slightly, revealing a hidden staircase leading downward. Lily gasped. "Mom, a secret tunnel," she whispered. Maya nodded, feeling both awe and caution. They descended the staircase slowly, their footsteps echoing in the narrow passage. At the bottom, they found a small vault, its door made of thick, reinforced metal. Maya tried the key they had found earlier in the locked room, and it fit perfectly. With a click, the door opened, revealing a room filled with items that seemed priceless and rare. There were old letters, carefully preserved photographs, and ornate boxes filled with coins and artifacts. Each object seemed to tell a story of history, care, and legacy. Maya and Lily explored the room carefully, touching the items gently. Maya realized that this secret vault was not just about money or wealth. It was about preserving a history, a story that the philanthropist wanted the new owners to understand and cherish. Some items were personal belongings of people who had once lived in the mansion. Others were gifts from distant lands, collected with love and purpose. As they examined the letters, Maya noticed a pattern. Many of the notes spoke about kindness, generosity, and helping others. The philanthropist had believed that wealth alone was not enough. It had to be accompanied by care, thoughtfulness, and wisdom. Maya understood that this was the true secret of the mansion. It was a reminder of responsibility and the power to make a positive difference in the world. Lily picked up a small, intricately carved box. Inside, she found tiny, colorful gems. "Mom, these are beautiful," she said. Maya nodded, smiling. "Yes, sweetie, but the real treasure is not just these objects. It is what we do with them. We can use what we have learned to help others, to make our lives and the lives of others better." They spent the rest of the afternoon cataloging the items and reading the letters. Maya felt a sense of purpose she had never experienced before. The fortune was incredible, but this secret room gave her wisdom, direction, and inspiration. She realized that the philanthropist had chosen them not only because of their need but also because of their hearts. Maya knew she would honor this trust with care and thoughtfulness. As evening approached, Maya and Lily returned upstairs. The mansion now felt more like a home than ever before. The gardens glowed in the soft light of the setting sun, and the fountains sparkled. Maya hugged Lily tightly. "Sweetie, today we discovered something amazing. But remember, the true magic is in how we use it." Lily smiled and nodded, understanding more than her age might suggest. That night, as Maya and Lily prepared for bed, Maya thought about the journey ahead. The mansion, the fortune, and the secret vault were just the beginning. She knew there would be challenges, decisions, and responsibilities, but she also knew they were ready. Together, they had the courage, love, and wisdom to embrace everything the mansion had to offer. Maya whispered to Lily, "We are not just living in a mansion. We are part of a story that has been waiting for us." Lily snuggled close and whispered back, "I love our story, Mom." Maya smiled, feeling a sense of peace and excitement. Their adventure had only just begun, and the secrets of the mansion were theirs to discover. Life in the mansion brought a mixture of excitement and responsibility for Maya and Lily. Each morning, Maya woke up to the soft sunlight streaming through the large windows. The air smelled fresh, and the sound of birds singing made her feel calm and happy. Lily would run to the windows to watch the gardens wake up with colors of flowers and the movement of butterflies. Maya knew that while the mansion and the fortune were incredible, they were also a responsibility. She could not simply enjoy the luxury. She had to understand it, manage it, and use it wisely. That morning, she sat at the grand dining table with a cup of tea and began to make a list of things they needed to do. There were tasks to organize the mansion, manage the gardens, and ensure the fortune was secure and used thoughtfully. Maya wanted to make sure everything was in order. Lily, meanwhile, was excited about the small surprises she found around the mansion. Each day, she discovered new rooms, secret passages, or hidden nooks. Sometimes, she found old letters or photographs from the secret vault and would bring them to her mother, eager to hear the stories behind them. Maya loved these moments because they reminded her that the mansion was not just about wealth but about history, memory, and meaning. One of Maya's first priorities was to improve their daily life in the mansion. She hired a small, friendly staff to help with cooking, cleaning, and maintaining the gardens. She made sure to meet each staff member personally, learning their names and listening to their stories. Maya wanted the mansion to feel like a home, not just a large house filled with treasures. After a week, Maya felt more confident in managing the property. She began exploring ways to use the fortune wisely. She thought about helping families who were struggling, schools in need of supplies, and children who did not have enough to eat. Maya realized that the philanthropist had left the mansion not only as a gift but also as a lesson. Wealth should be used to make a difference. One morning, Maya decided to take Lily to the nearby town. They visited local markets and schools to see how they could help. People were surprised when they learned about Maya's sudden change in fortune, but she always remained humble. She explained that she wanted to share her blessings and help others in small and meaningful ways. Lily held her mother's hand proudly, learning that kindness and generosity were as important as money itself. Back at the mansion, Maya and Lily started to explore creative projects. They planted flowers in the garden, setting up areas where children could play safely. Maya even converted one of the rooms in the mansion into a small library, filled with books for children in the neighborhood. Lily helped organize the books and added colorful decorations to make the space inviting. The library became a place where children could read, play, and dream. As they worked on these projects, Maya noticed something important. The mansion, while beautiful and exciting, could feel lonely at times. There were empty rooms and long hallways that echoed with silence. She realized that filling the mansion with purpose and life was more important than just admiring its beauty. She decided to host small gatherings, inviting neighbors, friends, and children to share stories, play games, and enjoy the space. These gatherings brought laughter and warmth to the mansion, making it feel alive. While Maya was learning to manage her new life, she also faced challenges. Some tasks were difficult, like understanding the investments and legal responsibilities that came with the fortune. She spent long hours reading documents, asking questions, and making careful decisions. At times, she felt overwhelmed, but she reminded herself that she had worked hard her whole life and could face challenges with determination and wisdom. One afternoon, Maya discovered a new clue in the mansion. While organizing the secret vault, she found a small envelope labeled with her name. Inside was a letter from the philanthropist, written years earlier. The letter spoke about the importance of using the mansion and the fortune to create positive change. It encouraged the heir to seek knowledge, act with compassion, and embrace opportunities to help others. Maya felt inspired and motivated. She realized that this guidance was just as valuable as the fortune itself. Maya decided to start a small fund to help families like hers. She set up a program that provided temporary housing, food, and school supplies for children in need. Lily helped by making cards for the children, adding drawings and encouraging messages. Maya watched as Lily learned the joy of giving, understanding that true happiness comes not from what you have but from what you share. The mansion also became a place of learning for Maya. She began to study gardening, cooking, and financial management in more depth. She wanted to make sure she could maintain the property and use the fortune responsibly. Lily joined her in these activities, learning skills that would help her in the future. They worked together, discovering new talents, and sharing laughter along the way. One day, while walking through the gardens, Maya noticed a hidden path behind a row of tall hedges. Curious, she and Lily followed it and found a small, serene pond surrounded by flowers and willow trees. The place felt magical, like a secret garden waiting to be explored. Maya realized that the mansion was full of surprises and hidden beauty. She decided to make this pond area a peaceful spot for reflection, where visitors could sit quietly, think, and relax. As the days passed, Maya and Lily grew more comfortable in their new life. They still remembered the struggles of the past, but now they had hope, opportunity, and the power to make a difference. Maya often reflected on how far they had come, feeling gratitude for the mysterious fortune and the philanthropist's trust. She knew that their journey was just beginning, and the mansion held many more secrets and adventures waiting to be discovered. One evening, as the sun set over the gardens, Maya and Lily sat on the veranda, enjoying the warm glow of the sky. Maya thought about the fortune, the secret vault, and the responsibilities that came with them. She also thought about the joy of helping others, the laughter of children, and the love she shared with Lily. Everything felt connected, like pieces of a puzzle forming a beautiful picture. Maya held Lily close and whispered, "Our lives have changed, sweetie. But the most important thing is that we use what we have to do good, to help others, and to make the world better." Lily smiled and nodded, understanding more than her words could say. Maya felt a deep sense of fulfillment, knowing that they were not just living in a mansion. They were building a life full of purpose, love, and hope. As the stars appeared in the night sky, Maya realized that their journey had only just begun. The mansion, the fortune, and the secret vault were gifts, but they were also challenges that required courage, wisdom, and kindness. Maya felt ready to embrace everything that lay ahead, knowing that together, she and Lily could face anything. And so, life continued in the mansion. Each day brought new discoveries, new responsibilities, and new joys. Maya and Lily had learned that wealth was not only about comfort but also about opportunity, learning, and helping others. The mansion was no longer just a home, it was a place of growth, adventure, and inspiration. Maya smiled as she watched Lily playing in the garden, her laughter filling the air. She knew that with love, courage, and determination, they could turn this new life into something extraordinary. The mansion and the secret fortune had given them a chance to dream, and now it was up to them to make those dreams real. Maya woke up early, as she always did, but this morning felt different. There was a quiet excitement in the air, as if the mansion itself was ready to reveal something new. She stretched and looked out the large window at the gardens below. Sunlight poured over the flowers, making the colors shine brilliantly. Birds sang cheerfully, and the fountain glistened in the morning light. Lily was already awake, moving quietly around the room, excited to start another day in their new home. "Good morning, Mom," Lily said, her eyes sparkling. "I want to explore more today. Maybe we can find another secret." Maya smiled at her daughter's enthusiasm. She had learned that the mansion had more hidden areas than anyone could imagine, and each discovery was an adventure. Maya and Lily decided to spend the morning exploring the north wing of the mansion. This area had not been fully examined before. There were several rooms, all locked, with doors that looked older than the rest of the mansion. The walls were decorated with intricate patterns and carvings, and the floors were polished to a soft shine. As they walked, Maya noticed faint markings on the floor near one of the doors. She knelt and examined them closely. The markings looked like symbols or letters, possibly a code left by the philanthropist. "This might be another clue," Maya said, feeling a sense of anticipation. Lily nodded eagerly, standing close to her mother. They decided to investigate further. Maya carefully pushed on the door, and to her surprise, it opened smoothly, revealing a small, circular room. In the center stood a pedestal with a locked box on top. The box looked sturdy and old, covered in carvings similar to the symbols on the floor. Maya carefully examined the box and noticed a small keyhole. She remembered the key they had used for the secret vault and tried it. The key fit perfectly. With a soft click, the box opened, revealing a set of letters, photographs, and a small journal. Maya and Lily sat on the floor, their hearts racing with curiosity. The letters were addressed to the future heir of the mansion. They spoke about the philanthropist's life, the challenges he had faced, and the lessons he had learned. The philanthropist emphasized the importance of using wealth and resources wisely, to help others and create positive change. He wrote about the joy of giving, the value of learning, and the beauty of sharing life with family and friends. Maya read the journal aloud to Lily. It contained stories of the mansion's construction, the care that had gone into preserving its history, and the secret vaults and treasures hidden within it. The philanthropist had left these items as a way to teach the heir responsibility, compassion, and vision. Lily listened intently, her eyes wide with wonder, imagining the life of the person who had once cared so deeply for this mansion. "This is amazing, Mom," Lily said softly. "It is like the mansion is telling us a story." Maya nodded. She realized that the true treasure of the mansion was not the money, or even the hidden vaults. It was the lessons, the history, and the chance to build a meaningful life. After exploring the secret room, Maya and Lily spent the afternoon in the gardens. They planted new flowers, arranged seating areas for visitors, and even set up a small playground for children from the neighborhood. Maya had begun inviting local families to the mansion, not only to enjoy its beauty but also to learn and share experiences. The mansion was no longer just a home, it had become a place of community, learning, and inspiration. As the sun began to set, Maya felt a sense of fulfillment. She thought about their journey, from living in a small shelter to owning a mansion filled with history, fortune, and purpose. The road had been challenging, but every step had taught her patience, courage, and resilience. She realized that the philanthropist had chosen them not because they were perfect, but because they had the heart and determination to make a difference. One evening, Maya received a call from a local school. The principal invited her to speak to students about hope, perseverance, and the importance of kindness. Maya agreed immediately, thinking it was a perfect way to share her experiences and inspire others. She decided to take Lily with her, knowing that her daughter's curiosity and energy would help engage the students. The next morning, Maya and Lily arrived at the school. The children gathered around, excited to hear Maya's story. She spoke about the challenges she had faced, the importance of hope, and how even small acts of kindness could change lives. She explained that wealth was not only for comfort, but also for learning, helping others, and making the world better. Lily shared her own thoughts, telling the students how much fun she had exploring the mansion and learning about its history. The children listened attentively, inspired by their story. After the school visit, Maya returned to the mansion with a renewed sense of purpose. She realized that their life in the mansion was more than luxury. It was an opportunity to create a positive impact. She decided to expand their projects, building a small learning center for children, a community garden, and a library filled with books and resources for education. Lily helped with every project, learning valuable lessons about responsibility, generosity, and teamwork. As weeks passed, the mansion became a hub of activity. Children came to play and learn, neighbors shared meals and stories, and Maya and Lily continued to explore the estate, discovering hidden corners, secret gardens, and more historical treasures. Every discovery added to the beauty and meaning of their new life. One evening, Maya and Lily sat together in the secret room of the mansion, surrounded by the letters, photographs, and journals left by the philanthropist. Maya held Lily close and whispered, "This mansion is more than a home, sweetie. It is a chance to make a difference, to learn, and to grow. We are part of something special." Lily smiled and nodded, feeling the warmth of love, safety, and possibility. Maya looked around the room, feeling grateful for everything they had been given. The fortune had provided comfort, the mansion had provided space and history, and the secret vaults had provided lessons that could guide them for the rest of their lives. She knew that every choice she made from now on would be important, and she felt ready to embrace them with courage and wisdom. As night fell over the mansion, the gardens glowed softly under the moonlight. Maya and Lily walked hand in hand through the paths, listening to the gentle sound of the fountain. The mansion had become more than a home, it was a symbol of hope, perseverance, and love. Maya understood that their journey had taught them that life's greatest treasures were not always material, but found in kindness, learning, and the bonds we share with others. Maya whispered to Lily, "We have everything we need, sweetie. But the real treasure is how we live and what we do for others." Lily smiled and hugged her mother tightly. Together, they watched the stars appear in the sky, feeling peaceful, happy, and ready for the future. Maya knew that this was only the beginning. The mansion, the fortune, and the secrets had given them a life full of opportunity and adventure. They would continue to learn, grow, and help others. And as they looked at the glowing lights of the mansion and the gardens around it, Maya felt certain that their story was just beginning. Life had given them a second chance, and they were determined to make the most of it. The mansion was not just a building or a fortune, it was a home, a place of learning, and a beacon of hope. Maya and Lily were no longer just survivors, they were caretakers of a legacy, ready to embrace every challenge, joy, and adventure that lay ahead. And so, under the starry night sky, Maya and Lily stood together, smiling, knowing that the mansion and its secrets had given them more than wealth. They had given them a life filled with love, purpose, and endless possibilities.